Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and since it's Women's History Month, I'm here today to talk to you about Growing Up Creepy, the series rundown review. So this is a forgotten cartoon that appeared on Discovery Kids back in 2006, and it lasted all the way to 2008. And ironically, even though it lasted for 3 full years, it only lasted for one season of a total of 26 episodes. But an episode, it contained 2 episodes on one, so technically it's 52 segments. So if you really want to go to it, it's 52 episodes. So that's kind of weird that it lasted for 3 years and only for one season. And this is a cute, quirky little show. I feel like it should have been on Nickelodeon or something like that instead of Discovery Kids. Discovery is like an educational channel, and so like this show revolved around bugs. Now, let me just say I hate bugs, period. I just don't like them. Now, but I was willing to watch this cartoon. Why? Now, I watched this not when it came out, because I actually never heard of this cartoon. A lot of people have never heard of this cartoon. And the reason how I heard of it and actually started watching it is because of the main actress who's in this. Athena Karkansas, she was in one of the Saw movies. Well, two of them actually. She played a detective. And I remember thinking to myself, man, she's cute. So I wanted to see more stuff she was in. So I went down her profile and I started seeing some of the shows she was in. And I saw something called Growing Up Creepy. I'm like, that's a weird name for a show. And so when I researched the show, I'm like, oh, okay, it's just a cartoon. And I'm like, it has a really unique art style to it. So I decided to check it out on YouTube because every episode's on YouTube. And so the animation style. The animation style is cool. Like, this whole show is about like teenagers in middle school. And so the art style is pretty neat. Like, it's different, it's unique, and the colors are very like gorgeous and stuff. However, the animation is that cheap flash animation, something a lot of shows have started to do nowadays because it's quicker and stuff, which I don't like flash animation. But so the art style is very Tim Burton-esque, Now, what is this show about? Growing Up Creepy. So basically, this was created by what is his name? Mike Young with his production company, Young Productions. Anthony Gold, Chris Woods, and Carnan Greenberg. And it's about a little girl who's in middle school. And the story goes that when she was an infant in her little like crib basket thingy, her parents left her on the doorsteps of this like haunted mansion look place. It's never explained why the parents abandoned their daughter. It's never explained who her parents are or what they look like. But basically, when the residents of the mansion opened the door, they took her in and they adopted her and took care of her. The entities that live in this mansion are bugs. A variety of different bugs. So yeah, this is like a weird, strange cartoon. So a group of bugs took in this human baby and just took care of her. They fed her, they nursed her, they clothed her, and they educated her. But then when she started getting a little bit older, like a little kid, she wanted to know why her adoptive family, who are bugs, don't look nothing like her. And she wanted to be with her own kind. So that's when they started educating her so she can start going to school. And so, yeah, she's a little girl, a little goth girl who's raised by bugs and stuff. That's a very fascinating and unique premise. It's bizarre and something the kids can probably latch on to. Now, every episode is different, but every episode deals, or every segment deals with a completely different bug. And so it's basically a wackadoo type show. They go on crazy hijinks. There's a bug, and Creepy has to save them. Now, here's the problem with this show, and probably the reason why it got canceled. You don't learn nothing about bugs, to tell you the truth. You spend the entire episode going through these wacky hijinks, and then a bug pops up, and then Creepy has to either save the bug or something like that, and she'll tell you what the name of it is, and that's basically about it. You'll probably see one or two things it does, but you're not really sure why it does that. Then at the end of the episode, there's a segment, a tiny little segment that then explains what this bug is and what it does and why it's so unique. And that only lasts for probably 10-15 seconds. And so that's basically all you learn about when it comes to the bug. So it's kind of like if it's on this educational network and it's supposed to educate people in bugs, it didn't do a good job of that. So that's probably why it got canceled and stuff. Other than that, all the hijinks that goes around, they're pretty fun and stuff like that, I could see that being, like I said, a Nickelodeon show, or maybe a Disney Channel show, probably mostly Nickelodeon. I could see it being like that, but sadly, it got canceled and stuff. And a lot of people don't really talk about this show. You never really hear nobody mention it. If you look online for pictures, there is fan art. There are people drawing Creepy as she's older now. So there is a fan base out there. It's just, this is a forgotten cartoon. Now let's get into some of the characters and stuff. Let's get into the main one herself. Now, everybody calls her Creepy, but her real name is Creepella or something like that. Creature. And so, but they call her Creepy for short. And in fact, the parents started calling her Creepy before they started calling her Creepella. And so she's just this little goth girl with a rainbow hair and pigtails. She has this sassy pose where her hip steps out. And when she walks, if you ever seen a pup named Scooby-Doo and Velma, she makes that noise when she walks and everything. Now, even though she is sassy and she's goth, I gotta say, this is unique. How often do you ever see a goth person have their own show? I don't think that's ever been happen. Other than the Addams family, but that's the entire family. Whenever you see a goth person on a TV show or a movie, they're either a bad person or a stereotype. And how often do you see them be the main protagonist of a show and actually be cool? Normally when they do appear, like I said before, they're stereotypes. They're moody, they're angry, and they're very mouthy. But this is completely different. And so it's really unique, and I like that. And it's nice that goth people have some type of representation, and in a positive way, instead of always being that of negative. That's how people look at them. And when you actually talk to goth people in real life, yeah, they are moody. They are moody, but a lot of them are very, very nice people. They just get a bad rep because they always dress in dark clothes and stuff. And so basically with her is that in the first episode, she's explaining to the two popular girls about how she was raised by bugs and they don't believe her. Well, when it comes to her family, only one person knows about her secret of living with them. That's her best friend, Budge. And so she can't tell nobody else because she's afraid they'll take her away and make her live with humans and exterminate her family and stuff. So she has to keep them secret. And they're the only, in her bugs, they can actually talk, people talk. And they only talk to her and Budge. And so every episode, something's going on, with, what is his name? Paulie and Nat, which are two little bugs that she considers her brothers. They're always sneaking around in her lunch bag and going to school and causing havoc and everything. One's a gnat and the other one, I don't know what the other one is. It looks kind of like a flea almost. But so every episode, because she considers these bugs her parents and her brothers and her uncles and stuff. So every time she's out and about, something will happen, and then she'll discover a bug, and she'll like, oh, Uncle somebody, like, I didn't know you was here. And then of course he brings his family, and then it causes havoc. So in episodes, she either has to try to like rescue the bugs or hide them or get them to safety or something, because of course people are going to try to kill them and stuff. And that's how every episode is. And because like there's one episode where they're out on like camping and stuff, and they end up getting lost. And then they end up going into like a cabin, and then all of a sudden the camp instructor person comes in with mud all on them because they fell in mud. And in the mud it happens to be a bug, and she recognizes that bug and stuff. And then there's another episode where she has to dissect a frog but doesn't really want to do that. The frog escapes, get ran over, and the teacher's all like, you better come in with a frog the next day or you're gonna get an F. So she's chasing around the frog, and so when she finds it, of course, like I said, it got squished. So what does her and Budge do? They turn it into Frankenstein. And then the frog has electrical current and is bouncing away. And so the mom, who's a praying mantis, she's trying to like eat healthier, and she's resisting the urge to eat bugs, but then all of a sudden she sees the frog and can't help herself and eats it. And then there's another episode where her best friend, Chris Alice, she has her new electric toothbrush, and she's so excited about it, right? And so she's getting ready to brush her teeth, but then the lights start flickering. This scares her, and she calls Creepie over. They do like a seance, but then Creepie finds out it's a red fire ant. And so basically what we learned in the end of the episode is that if they get in your house, they love chewing on copper wires and stuff because they're attracted to electrical pulses and stuff. I never knew that. But then this is the problem with the show. It's like you don't really learn this through the show. You learn it at the end, and you forget what the bug is supposed to do because they don't focus too much on it. So and then there's like another episode where what is it? Her brother's getting her lunch bag, and so she has to hide them, but then she gets her lunch bag mixed up with the popular girls, and then so like she has to find them, but then the popular girls find her, and then they give her a makeover, and she joins this beauty pageant thing where she basically wins and everything. And but then she realizes, I don't like the way I look, so she goes back to her golf look and everything. And so it's just like wacky episodes like that. There's one where this like bug expert dude sees her mom and likes her, and he wants to like, I guess, like experiment on her or like exterminate her or something like that. And so she has to like rescue her mom, and so it's wacky stuff like that. And I think if they would have had more of an educational element to it, it probably would have lasted. Now her friends, Budge, he's just basically this large, overweight dude who looks mean and everything, but he's actually very friendly and nice. And so like he's the only one who knows her secret and knows her family and the family, and he can hear anybody can hear the bugs talk if they talk, but they only talk when they're around certain people they trust. And so he's really nice and friendly, and basically like one of her best friends. Her other best friend, Chris Alice, she is like this overachiever, this popular girl who signs up for every type of like group there is at school, and she tries to get Creepie to sign up. And her father's an exterminator, so you know what's gonna happen with that when he finds out about the family and stuff. So there's always those wacky hijinks and stuff like that. And she's a really nice, sweet little girl who does not know about Creepie's secret. Marlene and Carla, they're just two preppy girls at school who are very rude, always on their cell phones, and don't like nobody. Harry, he's just some popular dude who every girl likes, and the two popular girls like him, but he always passes them up for that of Creepie and stuff. And one thing about Creepie is that she has a catchphrase, which is wicked. She always says wicked. That's like her main catchphrase. Chris Alice actually has a catchphrase as well, soggy muffins, whenever she's in trouble. I swear these kids shows are like wacky. Now her parents, Carlina, she is a praying mantis. She's very strict, very stern, and also very loving, but she's always threatening to eat her kids if they do wrong. Her husband, Vinny, is very vampire-like. Because, see, the mom is more like Morticia Adams, and the dad's more like a vampire. And he's a mosquito. He's a vegan for some bizarre reason. But he's all into, like, meditation and all this other stuff. So it's not really much to say about this show other than what I just said. But yeah, it is one of those forgotten shows. Now it is, like I said, you can watch every episode for free on YouTube. And it's actually a DVD out. However, the DVD is different. It's only a volume and it's only 7 episodes, not 7 segments. Or basically it's not like 14 segments, it's just 7 episodes. And it's split up. So each episode go like this. You'll have like 1A, 1B. And then so on the DVD, maybe you'll have 1A and then you'll have 8B. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a mixture of episodes. Why they did it like this, I don't know, but it's the only DVD that is out. Happy Women's History Month, everybody. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.